Yep.
It's a nice game for maybe. And
it definitely does feel that way. At the same time, I'm liking what FNATIC have got. They've got two of the most successful supports so far, the Earth Spirit plus the Shaman together. OD, a little bit of time to beef up. Juggernaut, not normally one of those like big BKB builders. Hello! Smoke Gank, anyone want to go up the hill? I don't think so, not underneath the tier 1 tower. And FNATIC are all here as well, ready to fight. But it's this other hero, it's the Ice Brewmaster, the Chaos Controller, if LGD don't get this initial pop-off with the RP.
The concern is you have a Jug with Empower, and there's no cancel for Spin TP. Brew also pretty ineffective against the Queen of Pain that can just blink away. It's very easy for LGD to just disengage once that big ult cooldown comes off. And the other concern I have about the Razor pick into the Mag Jug is that while traditionally it's a great counter pick, you get the link off through Spin, you can now deal with this Juggernaut.
Yeah.
The Mag denies your BKB timing. There's no way for you to itemize to keep yourself safe, and at any moment, if you get RP'd and then there's an Omni Slash, you're going to die just like any other hero would.
Yeah, I feel your concern, man. I feel your concern.
It's the same with the OD. Yeah, you ban the Doom, but they still have answers to the BKB timing of FNATIC. If they're going to win this game, they're going to have to play fast. You need a huge performance from Jabs on this Earth Spirit.
Well, let's watch and see if it's possible. Jabs is already invading the Radiant side. No deep Observer Ward down from him. Instead, they have one watching further towards the Radiant Shrine on the south. And they're holding their other ward for now. So Bounty Runes, perfectly split. No contest there. Running Razor in the off lane. So they put the OD against the Queen of Pain in mid. Of course, as you said before, like Queen of Pain loves any kind of matchup. And then in towards mid, rolling Boulder forward. Queen of Pain is going to be a big hero. Jabs is going to be all over her. But this top lane is a bit rough for Ice. The Lich is just zoning him away from the Juggernaut. But this allows the Razor to have his matchup against Ven and Magnus.
Definitely fine with this if you're MP. You love being against two melee mid. He tried to roll forward. I think he might have assumed that maybe he was going to salve. Does do a bit of harass. Doesn't tank tower, so loses nothing.
He messed him up while there was like a full creep wave underneath the tower. So Queen of Pain only got one last hit for that creep wave. So it's more of a distraction thing than anything else.
Ice is susceptible to dying up top. It's a tough lane for him because as soon as Jug hits level 3, you have a Lich. Like, there's just so much damage. You can spin while you're frost shielding. It's just so easy to kill a Brew.
OD Imprisonment, rolling Boulder forward, and Queen of Pain, because you still have ES not at level 2, doesn't have the rocks available just yet. They will need that silence and stun to control the Queen of Pain.
It's going to be necessary for this FNATIC support duo. Like, both were originally 4s, Jabs, of course, switching to 5 so that he could also captain this team and really cement their all-star status. They both need to go off this game because outside of those two, FNATIC doesn't really have lockdown. Sure, you can Astral, you can throw someone up in the air, but it's not enough to find kills on these evasive, elusive heroes like Quap and Jug.
Static Link from MP is going on bottom, trying to force out the lane once more. Blink forward, ES in way too deep. It's a haste rune for Magnus. This was giving him the movement speed to get over to Jabs. Rolling Boulder takes way too long to come off cooldown. He's going for the Ancients to attempt to deny himself, but it will not happen. It's a lot of pressure being applied to mid, however. That's why I'm wondering if this is even worth it, because OD is still farming up.
Yeah,
and they go again. Another imprisonment in mid. Rolling Boulder forward, force the blink away, and keep the CS. It's a 1-3 Queen of Pain versus a 12-9 OD.
This is really well done by Jabs. And if you give OD this multiple null advantage, you start to dominate the Quap. And, you know, the downside of this hero, I like the pick. Hate the hero sometimes because if you don't snowball, if you don't have a good start, I said he would have a great laning matchup no matter what. 2 versus 1's not fair, Toby.
It really isn't. And you don't want to drag Lich off. Rolling Boulder forward. This time he's got rocks, so they've got the silence available. Queen of Pain, low on life. A Fairy Fire will keep her alive. One more attack. No or buff up from Arbed. TP support's coming in. A blink forward under the cover of the south. He's regenning while finding the kill on Jabs. A second kill, but once again, FY dragged off the lane. But at least this time, maybe he can get some CS underneath the tower. You hope.
Yeah. Bottom, both offlaners, as we've seen so many times in this patch, like suffering. But Chal is definitely having the better time. 11 CS up top. It's just the kill threat. Razor, Rasta, yeah, you could take out the spend, but you need more levels. As soon as you hit level 2 on Lich, the Brewmaster, you have a real hard time just laning at all because you die to anything. You get caught, you're just dead.
Well, ISIS is currently just like catching up with Roshan. He invites Muru for tea and coffee and just says, hey, what are we going to do? Lich rotates in and then you can get the stun. He's waiting for the 4-minute rune, but it's going to be on bottom and an illusion for Shaman. Not exactly what they were searching for, while Brewmaster runs up the hill. Skewer's going to miss, which means they don't get the combination with the slow from Frost Shield. Nice taunts his way around, while mid lane, rolling boulder forward. The orb missing uphill from Abed. He kind of has to walk up that hill if he wants to get the damage in, but you know Queen of Pain will just blink away to safety, but not before she gives an extra couple of attacks in for the OD.
Almost enough damage to take him out.
He's so low on life. It's 4-3 CS on this Queen of Pain. I know you're at least getting the experience, but now imprisonment up with the creep wave under the tower. They want a rolling boulder. That's too early. Against the Magnus, jabbed in too deep, so Skewer has asked the TP under the tower. Damage, it will be enough with a scream. Something to get back while up on top. The spin is happening. DJ on the run back underneath this tower. He's got shackles available, and he will be able to survive. Ice was dragging the creep wave as well, so they're both going to drag it and then find the 5-minute bounty runes. He won't find the other. Magnus is already on his way. All right, never say never with Ice.
Yeah. The thing about Jug, if you notice, the games where he looks dominant, it almost always starts with a crushing lane performance. And a question, you know, they late picked this Brewmaster. Juggernaut, it's just not threatened. And it's a free game for Ame, who...
Is that TP support for this? They fortify so the Radiant Creep Wave stays alive. Ame, FY, and X Nova, they'll skewer him back up. DJ, he knows he's in a world of hurt. He's going to eat the shock in 1 second. Still too long. As Ice, like 3 heroes don't care. Pulling the wave, keeping the tier 1 tower alive.
And more importantly, getting that catapult killed, thus preventing, you know, a full probably 400, 500 extra damage and giving him some very necessary XP. If he gets split, he will be able to be effective no matter how much net worth he has. But bottom, Chalice, he's keeping pace almost with the MP Razor.
There's the rotation. Queen of Pain brings in the extra damage. Razor with 1 charge gets a little bit more life. Shaman wants to create space. Nice. She denies. Up MP. There at the right time, and that's the downside about Shadow Strike. Queen of Pain can't make anything in the mid and then kind of make things worse on the bottom.
Yep.
Even without his damage, though, they wouldn't have had the opportunity.
Yeah, it's a good rotation. This is something we used to see all the time when Quap was in the meta. There are times, you know, you're up against like a Viper, as an example, the old school counter pick. You just have to start rotating, and that's what you can do, but you get denied out, and all of a sudden it's just squandered rotation.
They're going up on top, spin, TP, that's a good Sinister Gaze, cancelling Ice's TP, and giving Ame his kill he's looking for while on bottom lane. The pressure continues. Chalice, the one who was actually the lowest CSer of all, actually not the lowest. Queen of Pain is the lowest.
Yeah.
But still, being shut out of the farm. It feels like FNATIC are still doing very well in 2 out of 3 of their lanes, but you're right, the Juggernaut is off to a big start. Number 1, the net worth, 3.6k to the 3.3k of OD.
Yeah, and the concern with that is he's the win condition. He's the one, Ame, that will inevitably give PSG.LGD the win if they're able to pull this out.
They found jabs. He doesn't want a rolling boulder in front of the potential stun from Charles, which is now there. He'll war cry up, skewer him away, and now jabs. He can potentially just get away, but they body block him out, and Sinister Gaze. 4 heroes from LGD move towards the mid lane, and it gives Queen of Pain her 2nd kill.
Yeah. Well played. Really, both teams making effective rotations, both dominating the respective off lanes. Obviously, Abed with that big lead mid, but the sacrifice is that the support duo, specifically FY's Magnus, is off to a really good start. Whenever you have a Arcane Boot this early on your 4 mag, you feel good, because he'll always have the ability now to maintain his own place in the game. He can handle waves for you, be that Empower bot, no problem.
Yes, is looking for his own fight. OD moving down the river towards the regeneration rune. Lich is already sitting here, jabs. What's he gonna do? He's just gonna steal the regeneration rune, but there's trouble for Abed. He's currently stuck in the corner with no way out. There's a 3-man silence from jabs, but there's nothing more he could do from the OD when he walks down that narrow path without maneuverability.
Yeah, really impressive performance from the LGD supports. Like, you would not think on paper that Lich Mag would be more effective with these early game rotations than the duo of FNATIC, but you know, part of that is capitalizing on perhaps a bit of over-aggression from Jabs. He's 0-4-2. He's tried to make things happen, but the FY is just always there to punish him.
Razor's still getting some really good farm up on bottom lane. I'm interested to see just how tanky he can be and how much of a presence he can be in the fights.
The concern I have is that this is a different kind of game. Well, same script though. PSG.LGD, they want fast fights. They have the burst damage, they have the initiation advantage, and they have the ability to just strike without warning and immediately find kills on course. FNATIC, you need more time.
It's LGD initiating, and DJ needs to create a little bit of extra space because Jabs is going to be a rolling boulder into the middle of this fight, but the Sonic Wave already connects. Now Jabs is in way too deep, begins its own TP. There's no stuns to cancel it. Sinister Gaze was on cooldown, so was the Stormbolt. And FNATIC just a second too late. It was the Observer Ward from LGD that knew their timing window.
And this is the benefit of the LGD lineup. Up top, Jug can be alone and self-sufficient. You can't kill him. Bottom, it doesn't matter how far ahead MP gets, these rotations will always be able to find kills just because of the nature of these heroes' different kits.
And Queen of Pain's working her way back into the net worth. Yeah, she's still 1,000 behind the OD, but being involved in these kills, 3-1-3.
But this isn't a game where you feel like maybe he's got a lot of pressure on him to perform.
Jump
it's
forward.
okay to be a bit behind.
Sorry, not going to come. I thought I would see a rolling boulder in from the ES. I thought wrong.
3 heroes from FNATIC moving towards the bottom side. And
maybe the stun of the Chalice. That's the way to do it. And the slow will be out. DJ ready to reply with a shackle, but he's still out of range.
They want to get involved now. You have split ready. Ice 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 wants to use it. They want to force a fight, but you can see PSG.LGD, they're not going to give this away for free. And by that I mean they won't take this fight unprompted. They'll let the tower go and just rotate towards top. FY going to link up with Ame. Here you go, buddy. Take some cleave and some DPS.
And it's a catapult wave as well, so they will push very, very quickly. A tier 1 for a tier 1 tower, but it looks like it'll be done a lot faster by LGD.
You're going to be scared. Like we saw yesterday, Vici also utilizing the Jug versus the OD. That was without the Magnus. It's just one of those combinations. You know, I'm sure everyone's sick of Terrorblade, but for a while, it felt like Mag was just in every single game if it wasn't banned. And this may serve as a reminder why. Just Ame looking like he's 2,000 net worth ahead. It's 11 minutes into the game.
At least with Terrorblade, at least with Juggernaut, I don't lose my FPS.
True.
So I'm okay with that. This Juggernaut, as you said, he is rapidly approaching godlike status. They see Sven moving to the bottom lane, so FNATIC want to take this fight. Ice Ice Ice, he can just instantly go into the split if he wants to. Doesn't actually do it. Mass Serpent Ward's rolling bottom forward with the kick. Ice Ice Ice, the clap comes out. He'll go into split. He's going to be quick on the stun.
Oh!
No! That was an inch away from it.
I think he missed micro there. He went for the Storm Panda first. Might have been a bit of muscle memory. And the cast animation on Tornado is a bit longer than Hurl Boulder on the Earth. So they will get the tower, but both ults blown, and now your Jug top is really indestructible. And you have to be careful. I feel like you can't really contest this tower push, especially if FY gets 6, which I believe he will after this creep wave. And yeah, look at that. That's exponential growth right there. Not, well, you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Juggernaut through the roof. That's what you're talking about. Top lane, Razor will come to defend, and finally they're going to do something about the Juggernaut. Magnus is nearby. Just with the shockwave pull around, he'll manage to separate the static link. But an SMY totally done. Blink forward, being revealed from Arbet. He jumped over the top of the Observer Ward, then into spin TP. Hey, what have you got to cancel it? No Beastmaster on the field, nothing to penetrate the Magic community.
I think the only way you can kill Jug in this game is you got to Astral him to open, and then Jabs has to land that perfect silence that hits him as he spawns out of the Astral. Otherwise, he's going to be able to do that.
Yeah, you see him coming. The Observer Ward saw it all. He has no split available, and he will die underneath the Radiant Observer Ward. Maybe a lapse in concentration. They're pinging out. In fact, LGD already knew there was an Observer Ward there. They were ready to get rid of it.
And you can see, like, there's a ton of vision in the enemy jungle from FNATIC.
Keep your eyes on mid. One creep needs to die, and RP is available. Where's the TP support coming? They could have gone for it. Instead, they're focusing on objective. Bottom tier 1 tower.
Ame had already TP'd bottom. I think that might have been the only way they find that kill is with an immediate Omni Slash on top of the RP skewer. Not quite there, but you look like this push, like look at FNATIC's vision. How are you gonna play on the enemy side of the map against this kind of lineup from LGD? It doesn't feel possible. You're gonna get the tower trade, but you gotta be afraid of a Mag Jug lineup, and you're not ahead. You don't have map control.
They're already rotating. Sven's trying to come up to try and like save this tier 1 tower. The Stormbolt goes on Shaman, and this just sets up. Welcome to Veil of Discord on the Queen of Pain. Such burst damage they have available. The tier 1 tower still went down to the Shaman ward, so FNATIC don't have that denied. So money's not so bad.
It's just easier for them to play around the map because Ame can always be showing. And it doesn't risk anything because he's never unsafe. They still can't kill him pushing alone on the side lanes, and his team is then free to make whatever moves they want around the map. He'll take a triple ancient stack, continuing to accelerate. You know,
Meanwhile, Queen of Pain gets to just push in the side lanes.
Yeah. And I like the build so far from Maybe. I don't like the rush Orchid too much in a game you start behind. He opens with the Veil, may go for the Orchid next. Could consider going that full utility build quap, but Silence is so good in a game you're playing against Brew, OD, these squishy supports. Like, if you can reliably jump roster or Earth Spirit every fight and find that initial kill, that's going to be huge for your team.
They see the Queen of Pain. Blink, forward,
here we go.
Disruption. Where's this done? Shaman's too far away. Here comes your Brewmaster, rolling ball forward. It's all up to the ES to keep the control, and they will bring down the Queen of Pain, and then move to the next target. War crying away, Charles would just outrun MP. They just want to have that Blink Astral. No one's hanging around anymore, so Abed has to mop up the wave.
FNATIC playing aggressive. They're going to have roster wards in 10 more seconds. Could look to Roche, could look to push objectives here. But I'm so fearful for MP.
They may be okay with fighting. Then again, Blink RP just came up, but the Chain Frost was used to push the creep wave on the top lane. So Mass Serpent was committed. Blink into Imprisonment, maybe a little bit too far out, or maybe bait, rolling baller forward, over on the Sven. He's already got the War Cry up with the Static Link into Omni Slash. They're going to try and tank it up between them all, into the Brewlings and into the creep wave. Juggernaut not getting what he wanted. A stolen 78 points of damage for FNATIC to try and bring down this tier 2 and then back the hell up as the Brewmaster split is wearing off.
He didn't have Empower either, Toby, so that Omni Slash was very ineffective. That's the strength of Razor right now. He's got 1600 HP, 14 armor. He's tanky. I'm just fearful for him as this game progresses. He's going for a Yules next. Not really the scaling build that we saw Maybe go for in the previous game. More the utility.
He needs the save, right? Be it Stormbolt, be it RP, be it Veil, be it Chain Frost, be it Omni Slash. There's so many different things that, like, a Lincoln Sphere won't block. He needs something stronger. A BKB can do it, but you also need the movement speed, the regeneration that comes along with the Yules.
And there's a lot you can, if you Yules and RP or the Omni Slash, like that is huge. PSG.LGD, they have a very cooldown dependent lineup. And that's what it's the same game as we saw previously. LGD, they want fast fights. They want to be, they just want to hit and hit hard. They're Tyson, they want to knock out. FNATIC, you need time. You want to try and, Yules or Astral, do something to negate that initial damage, abuse your staying power in fights. The OD stealing int, the Brew split, the Razor link, like let these wear on and do your best to negate the amount of damage that Juggernaut is dealing in Omni Slash. He's the real source of DPS for this LGD side.
You actually see the timing play as well that FNATIC are looking at. A Hand of Midas build in for the Brewmaster. You understand they want this game to go late. They just want to keep the defense up.
Ame finishing a Diffusal Blade. We saw Paparazzi just absolutely dominate EG with this item purchase. Does not have the Blink Dagger, but you do have the move speed advantage of the Sanjin Yasha. FY doing a great job so far. Don't know how to track the stats.
Bottom. Brewmaster is bait, however. They want to blink forward onto the Queen of Pain.
Look at
Magnus is right behind him. Way! You have no vision up the hill at all. TPs are coming forward. Meanwhile, over in the main mid lane, MP will be dropped down by the Omni Slash, the Juggernaut. He used the Diffuser Blade, so they couldn't get away. Rolling Boulder up at the spin. Too quick. There was an Observable on the hill. He could see it easily coming. Now Jabs finds his own kick and Silence on the Lich. Can't get that backline. Chain Frost. Ether Shock will ensure the kill. That is a buffed up Juggernaut. Empowered, he wants the kill on the Earth Spirit, and look at Jab's turn around. He understands his duty, and duty must be done.
MP just got caught looking, really. He was probably staring bottom, thinking about what's happening down there. Ame with the well-timed R button, easy kill. That's
I auto-passed the bottom lane. Why did I not get there?
Yeah.
But hand minus is done. This OD is getting bigger and bigger. 9.1k net worth obviously will never be as big as the Juggernaut just because of the scaling factor that Magnus provides. But Kaya is completed and he's going for Shiva's Guard next, just amping up survivability with the armor, but also needs to keep the intel growth.
Yep. Hey, Jug is, it's a tough game to read. Really could go either way. I feel like if you're FNATIC, I like that idea, the creativity. Let's think about making this play bottom. PSG.LGD, they're around the map. They're probably not expecting us to be 5. MP gets caught, sure, but had that worked out, if you find a kill under the tier 3, maybe you actually get the tower too, just because of the when you have roster wards in a split, LGD can't engage anymore. They've got to wait.
LGD is still looking for something. They've got a secondary Blink Dagger up now, so one on Magnus, but the newest one's over on Chalice. He got delayed up a little bit because he had to buy the Vlads for his team.
And this is helpful. This is the kind of game I love Magnus in, where you have multiple sources of initiation. Sven is going to blink forwards. You're going to have an Orchid finished up soon on maybe. FY doesn't have much pressure. He can wait, let the fight develop, and then look for a huge counter initiation on 2 or 3 heroes.
FNATIC looking for their target. Ice. Push the Drunken Haze for Juggernaut. He'll spin that off very, very early on. Sven nearby. Brewmaster into the split. Ice wants to force this. It's a great Observer Ward down from X-Nova. They see absolutely everything. Jumping into the back lines. Mass Serpent Ward. Shaman was so quick. The Hex onto Sven, so he never got the stun off. Odie can burn his Eclipse. Queen of Pain into the back lines, finally kills off Shaman, but this never-ending control is over next Nova. Magnus RP, he doesn't actually whip it, never actually used it, and then into the Omnisat, skewering them together, making it 100% more effective.
You can feel FNATIC feels so pressured to make things happen. They blow the split and just pursue for so long. Like, Abed blew the hammer to try and Ame for spin, but he has a wand, and I really like that decision here because he recognizes, look, if I can just ensure I never run out of mana for spin, when that is active, I am invincible. There is no real physical damage on the side of FNATIC. And they go right into the pit. They know there's no hammer. They still have RP. How does FNATIC contest this?
You can't. Like, potentially you send Jabs on a suicide mission, but that'll be the only way. So instead, you have Abed push out the bottom lane and just try and make it so LGD at least have to recover their lanes before they can use this. But I'm live on this item up too. A full Orchid now completed on the Queen of Pain. You've now got the silence, and there's no Yule set to build for an OD.
Look at that from Ame too. Like, you can see he recognizes just how valuable spell immunity is in this game. Like, how does Abed actually stop Ame from killing his entire team? Like,
good question. It's a question that I kind of hoped the game was going to answer for us because the panel didn't think it was going to be possible either. We try and keep hope for both sides. But right now, LGD look like they are in firm control as long as this Juggernaut remains the Juggernaut.
Yep, and because of the mag, like, you have plenty of staying. Like, you're going to accelerate. You don't need a Battle Fury on Jug. He's been active this entire game, 4-0-2. Ame.
I just saw another one of the aggressive wards being planted down. They can't even keep vision up. Like, you can't get aggressive if you can't see the enemy.
Abed's in trouble.
Yeah, there's support nearby in the form of Shadow Shaman. He goes into the trees, has TP scroll, and will blink away to safety.
And it's just such an easy game for LGD to play. Like, look how aggressive Ame can be. Sure, he has an Invis rune, but he can play it independently, no problem. Up top, Chalice doing the same thing. And as long as FY holds Maybe's hand, he won't die either.
Nice kick and roll away from Jabs. Fresh item in for FNATIC. This will be different for the chase. Brewmaster has completed up a Blink Dagger. So FNATIC have some level of engagement which doesn't require Abed to put himself on the front lines with the Blink Imprisonment. But then again, the only place they could really fight around is going to be their base. This tier 2 tower's days are numbered on bottom. They just push so fast with Juggernaut. It's 100, actually it's 245 damage a pop, not to mention the cleave. And they're coming up. It's a 10-second BKB, and Aegis Juggernaut looking just to wreck through that tier 3 tower. cleans up the creep wave quickly. And where is the answer? Brewmaster split now needs to be used at some point. They jump in, Earth Spirit, the kickback, the silence turns on the Magnetize, actually stopping the Queen of Pain from getting a Sonic Wave off, but now they get the burst combination. Brewmaster goes down, a 3-man RP follower, trapping OD inside of Shaman's wards. He actually can break free of it now. Sven on the run out through mid, Magnetize pretty quickly. It's the Razor who had some time to survive. Still a Fuel Scepter available. They'll jump in, the Shackles holding Chalice in position, and Razor, Omni Slash is still available. You know Arme's thinking about it. Guaranteed kill, but the Fuel Scepter, less guaranteed. No, it's guaranteed. The duration, he goes long and hard all over him, and down he goes. FNATIC, they got pressured in the base. I thought for a moment they could defend, but nope.
That wasn't even a very well-executed fight from PSG.LGD. They blew a ton of cooldowns to ensure the Brew died before he could get the split off. FY's RP was left wanting. There was no damage follow-up, and like the Omni Slash didn't come out to the very end of the fight. Very good heads-up awareness, though, from Ame. He almost used it on the OD who had been ward-trapped by his own ally, but recognized my silence is down. It was already used by the Queen of Pain on the Brew. If I ult here, he'll Astral himself, and then I'll be ward-trapped.
So instead he didn't. He survives. But so does the bottom lane of Rax for FNATIC. So LGD back to their farming, but then again, they're happy to accept the status quo. Juggernaut is 5-0-2. Arme is having the time of his life. 17,000 net worth, and Ice. If he doesn't split right now, he's dead. Stormbolt comes in, jabs. He does not want to commit anything. Brewmaster does get the split off. They're killing off the Brewlings, but that's what the Storm Brewlings for. Keep it alive on the back lines, got almost no life. And Ice is playing with fire, keeping it anywhere near the front lines. He has got almost no life, so he just sends the Juggernaut up. But this mid tower is gone.
That was the Brew split. Bounty runes are spawning. You can see up top Jab's making a beeline, but this is really just putting a band-aid on a bullet wound, Toby. You're in big trouble if you're FNATIC, and their chances of winning are slowly bleeding out as PSG.LGD continue to dominate the map. They grab the bottom bounty runes.
This is rough for FNATIC. All 5 heroes inside the base. Bruce finally going back to Fountain to properly regenerate it. Well, they're waiting for LGD to push, but LGD don't need to. Roshan may respawn in 3.5 minutes. So the timer is still counting down. And these team fights will just get stronger and stronger as time goes on. Obviously, you've still got the Aegis Immortal for another 30 seconds, but they're not going to push in that time. So maybe FNATIC do have a window of opportunity. Aegis is gone, but Butterfly is up.
Yep. And just like the previous series had the Arteezy show in that second game, thus far we've been watching the Ame show. He is currently at 19K net worth. The second place, 12.1 on the OD. That is not going to cut it. And again, it really comes down to the total lack of BKB piercing damage on FNATIC. They have nothing to deal with this hero if you don't land a full link. And you can see Ame playing. Even though he's so strong, he had Aegis in that engagement. The moment Razor runs up to link, he's immediately beelining away, because once that spell is down, he has nothing left to fear.
Great scan from FNATIC. They kind of knew where LGD was moving anyway, but they have a blink on the Shaman. They have to get the instant disable onto the Juggernaut if that's the kill they want, but they don't have any targets just yet. The Dire Observer Ward is watching Sven run towards the top lane. They know there's more targets, and they'll find X-Nova. This will be the quickest kill they can get, but he'll get the Chain Frost. It only bounces once with the Hex and the Shackles. There's a lot of abilities committed just to try and kill off the Lich. Intel has been picked up. Magnus, does he want to RP? Yes, he does, just to control the OD. Mass Serpent wants to go. He's got to get these Eclipse off if they're going to have any kind of damage. Defensive imprisonment. He saved his life for the moment while the Juggernaut spinning his way to safety. The Razor moves forward. The Stormbolt. It's a huge stun. That Eclipse, it'll finally drop. The stuns around the Juggernaut. Brewmaster control. The chaos he creates is doing some work. Juggernaut is down for so long. Shaman will be popped up in the backlines thanks to the Queen of Pain, but they just move around. They turn for the clock. She wanted to kill Secure on one, and maybe one more jump away. Can't get it in time. MP gets a triple kill onto the Razor, and they'll go after Magnus. No skewer available, no life, and given all the damage for an ultra kill on MP. A huge fight for FNATIC.
And honestly, that could have been even better for them, but maybe did some great cleanup on the side. Finished the kills on Rasta and Abed's OD. He had BKB available, but maybe just blinked in with the Scream of Pain and actually finished him off. Otherwise, that could very well be a team wipe for just one hero. FY's RP, he gets it off on Abed, but they aren't finding the kill.
The defensive imprisonment got in time.
Yeah. They're just a little slow. Like, the long fights, as we can see, the moment those cooldowns are expended by PSG.LGD, the BKB wears off. There's no more RP threat. FNATIC always will have that power to pursue.
Now MP gets a lot stronger in the upcoming fights. A 10-second BKB has been purchased by him. He doesn't, like, he's on his way to the SMY as well.
This next Roche is everything. 43 seconds, we may see it spawn up, guaranteed in a bit more than 3.5. Abed.
Did FNATIC just get themselves back in this game? Or do they still have that huge problem? It's still a Juggernaut who is a beast.
It's Juggernaut. Again, it's all about make these fights last a long time, negate the Omni Slash, negate the RP. Don't get bursted down. Don't get picked off at the start of this engagement. You got to be careful. There's a ward.
There's a lot of pings coming in as well, though. They know
see them.
They're putting the sentry ward down. They think that's where they got the vision. Juggernaut walks in.
Oh, big silence.
They got the static link as well. Juggernaut's losing all this damage. They kill him up. No, the Omni Slash. He'll get off. And the Sonic Wave. Brewmaster's already down, but the Omni Slash heavily weighted. Abed's BKB protecting him from the spin of at least Ame for the moment. DJ's on the run. RP is dropped. Shaman, Razor, both down. That's what they want to try and now break the base. Spirit will live. OD will live. Brew has buyback. But without the Eclipse, FNATIC still wanted to go into that fight.
Yeah, it was a great play from PSG.LGD, though. They smoke as the RP and the Omni Slash come up. Hammer has a 40-second difference in the length of the cooldown. So there's no Hammer, but PSG.LGD, they're ready to fight. They had everything, and Abed is sitting there holding his staff, but he can't actually contribute like he wants to. That fight is going to give LGD a Rax.
It will.
Roche
but they won't want to get
20.
more. Yeah, Roshan's up so quickly. They're going for more, however. Shaman's up in 8 seconds' time. FNATIC need to delay this. The Cinder Brew isn't enough to really stop them. And yeah, they're going to take 2 lanes of melee racks. And then back up. There's an Observe Ward watching the movement of FNATIC. So LGD even know how much they can get away with. If that doesn't get dewarded, if FNATIC tries to come out and contest Roshan, that's even more problems.
And they also clean up the 4 bounty runes as well. Just excellent fight timing by PSG.LGD. This is why they were the 2nd place TI. This is why they've been the best team in China for going on almost, what, 2 years now? Just great awareness. Like, the cooldown disparity. That's why they can make this play. And you saw, you target the Jug, but he gets Omni Slash off. He kills almost half of the FNATIC team without even needing to lift a finger.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. Like, You've got Raiders like, oh, well, I can static link you at the very beginning, but Empower buff up, Juggernaut still hits hard. But Roshan has spawned. You have no RP for 30 seconds. Omni Slash is now come back up. Sonic Wave's down for the moment, but the fight will drag on long enough that LGD knows they'll get their big abilities available. And Queen of Pain looks too juicy in mid, but this is not really the fight they want to have. Blink in, Hex, Shackles, they got to kill him quickly. Quick 4-staff down, but BKB is ready for the Queen of Pain. Who does she want? Puts on the Veil, all the amplification. Charles still on the run. Abed's been boosting up the intel, but while the BKB is over on Maybe, he finds more kills. ES has to buy back. The smoke in the back lines. Razor, ready to fight, has BKB available. Spin's already been used by the Juggernaut, has the Omni Slash available. They got to send up as well on Sven. He's not ready to fight in this one. Ice in trouble. Omni Slash starts to work, and MP isolated. A solo Omni and the Eclipse. I can see straight through that. OD, he'll get RP down, and this should actually be him falling for 65 seconds. Buybacks are available, but who are you going to save? Jams with a kickback. Cinder Brews are being more of a nuisance than anything else. The rolling boulder he couldn't use to get away. Sven blocks him perfectly with the Storm Bolt and Cleave follow-up. FNATIC are in issues. And do they, well, yeah, turn around LGD. Roshan is ready for the killing.
An excellent play thus far from Ame. Like his target selection, understanding when and when he should not use the Omni Slash. He gets a lot of criticism because the rest of his team, like they've just been legends for so long that usually he'll get the flack for poor performances, but so far he is on, and they look ready to close this game out. They're going to take the second Roche. I mean, one more, you have a 6-slotted Jug, all of a sudden you've got a Lincoln's. No longer can you link him, static link.
Yep.
Nothing. He fears nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Shaman can't jump on him either. Like it's the Blink Hex, which is kind of what's catching out the Juggernaut, but this isn't available. He will guarantee get that BKB off every single engagement, every initiation that FNATIC wants to go on him.
And great job from Chalice as well. He's the unsung hero so far this game. Look at the itemization. 4-staff Lotus Orb. You don't typically see this on a Sven. We saw Ice buy an Ag, so he's actually queuing up that now. But that initiation doesn't work because he's getting the Lotus off on the target before the follow-up grip from DJ's Rasta. If you have a Lotus Orb, you can't actually continue that CC train after the Hex. The Force Staff ensures that Abed won't be able to pump the damage in.
Brewmaster split in 5 seconds, Eclipse is down for a while. So is the Master Serpent was, but a long-range Shackle on the Juggernaut. Remember, Static Link, he's getting all that extra damage. RP, they're looking for a target. Actually, there's no RP available either. OD Imprisonment trying to save Ice, but the Storm Bolt cancelling him, so he cannot get the Brewmaster split off. DJ even got clipped by the Sonic Wave, reeling from the Scream.
No buyback either, Toby.
And that is true. Defense time. Master Serpent will have to be very, very defensive. The stun's already on OD. Jabs, Spirit, he goes in. That's a good, well, I say, no, it's not. It doesn't do jack. They Warcry up. There's so much life available. RP to control up the Razor. Shaman's having his own little battle with the Queen of Pain, but this game is over. GG, well played. LGD advance through into the next round. The furthest they've gotten the Major during this DPC, but they go up against the team next that knocked them out of the last one.